lap and he might have had a podium. Vettel kept Alonso at arm's length, while Toro Rosso got both cars in the top 10. Hamilton was now just 4 points behind his teammate, but Vettel had slipped behind Bottas and Perez had closed on Massa. Williams had Ferrari in their sights, while McLaren threatened to overhaul Force India. The result meant so much to Lewis and his many fans.
"27 Grand Prix victories, equaling Jackie Stewart. There's only one other Englishman in front of you, Nigel Mansell, who's got more wins. So tell us about the emotions of today."
It's very mixed at the moment, but just to see the support we have here, I could see everyone cheering us on through the whole race. We've got the greatest fans here, and today, just arriving today, it's you guys that really spurred me on, so thank you so much.
Lewis had won on home soil, but would Nico do the same at Hockenheim? Technical regulations were at the top of the agenda for round 10 of the championship in Germany.
One of the real talking points this weekend is going to be the banning of what they call the FRIC suspension, F-R-I-C, front and rear interconnected suspension. Let me first of all explain what that means. These Formula 1 cars, especially this generation of Formula 1 car, is very sensitive to roll. When a car's going through a corner, it doesn't like rolling, particularly with these Pirelli tyres. So anything you can do to stabilise the ride height of the car is a good thing. And what the front and rear interconnected suspension does is it uses hydraulics to link the rear and the front to try and keep the platform of the car as stable as possible. So the ride height of the car stays static and doesn't roll too much. And that, of course, optimises the aerodynamics. Now, this isn't new technology. This has been around for 10 years at least. But what has happened recently, according to the FIA, is that the solutions have become more and more radical. And there have been a few protests by some of the teams that haven't got on top of this. So the FIA put it to the teams, we're going to consider banning this, but we'll put it to the end of the season if you can all agree to do that. And of course, the Formula 1 teams haven't agreed to do that. So the situation is, do we come here, do we run it and risk a protest, or do we just take it off and it's the same for everybody? And the indications are that that is what most people are going to do. They are going to run without the FRIC, the FRIC suspension, this weekend. So it'll be very interesting to see if it changes the order of things at all. I don't think it'll make a massive difference. It could actually turn out in the end to be a little bit of a damp squib. But it's certainly a big talking point going into the weekend, as it will be whenever there's any kind of unknown. One area you might notice a bit of a difference, because it's not looking after the balance of the car quite so much, you might see some uneven tyre wear, which might push people to use maybe one set of tyres during the race. We will see whether it adds a stop to the race strategies.
Qualifying position has a huge impact on race strategy, so a sudden brake failure for Hamilton in Q1 was a tremendous setback to his weekend. Rosberg confirmed a multi-year contract extension with pole position ahead of Bottas and Massa. Hamilton was down in 20th thanks to his brake failure and a replacement gearbox.